Okay, so today we're going to look at multiplication strip diagrams. So remember, when we talk about strip diagrams, you need to think part, whole, right? We've already looked at addition and subtraction. Let's look at what a multiplication strip diagram would look like. A strip diagram, it's just a model. It's a way to set up a multiplication problem. It's a visual. Okay, so we're going to look at these, four word problems, and we're going to set up a strip diagram and we're going to solve them. All right, so let's start with this first one. Mrs. Lopez ran 15 papers, so I'm going to circle 15, for each of her 5 students in her guided reading group. How many papers did she run total? How many did she run total? Okay, am I looking for a total? Yes, I am. Do I have equal or unequal groups? Equal, because it's each, right? They're equal groups. So let's look over here. Let's go look at a strip diagram real quick, and then we'll solve it. Okay, so if I'm looking at this strip diagram, this part right here, that's going to be my whole, right? And then these are going to be my parts. Well, if I'm looking for the whole, I don't have an answer to put right here, do I? No, but I can fill in the parts. Okay, what do the 5 parts represent? If you go look at the word problem, sorry about that. Can't get it to move over. Here we go. What do the 5 parts represent? Umberto?
15.
There's 5 parts. What do those 5 represent? If you go look at the word problem. Gavin? The students. There were 5 students. Umberto, each student had how many papers?
15.
15. So we can go put 15 in each of these parts. Ugh. Now, because I can tell on my strip diagram that they're equal parts, I can go multiply. What am I going to multiply to get the total? Think about how many parts there are and what each part is worth. Hayden?
15 plus 5.
15 what?
15 plus 5 or times 5.
15 times 5. So let's go over here and let's multiply 15 times 5. Okay, 5 times 5 is 25. Carry your 2. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2. So there was a total of 75 papers. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put 75 where my whole needs to go. So the part was 5 students times 15 papers each, and the total turned out to be 75. When I'm looking at strip diagrams, if I see equal groups, then you should automatically know that it is multiplication. If they're unequal groups, it's going to be adding or subtracting, right? And if they're equal groups, it's going to be dividing or multiplying. All right, let's go look at the second one. Mr. Flores went to the store 3 times. Each time he bought 12 apples to share. How many apples did he buy in all? So I'm looking for a total, and I have equal groups, right? So let's go over here. They did part of the strip diagram for us. What should we do? How many times did he go to the store? How many times, Briley? 3. So I'm going to do this. Now do I have 3 parts?
Yes.
Okay, and each time he bought how many apples? 12. So I'm going to put a 12 in each one. Now, what am I going to do to find the total? If I have equal parts, what am I going to do to find the total, Zyla? we're going to multiply. Y'all should be able to do 12 times 3. You should know that. What is 12 times 3? John?
36.
36. So he bought 36 apples in all. So I'm going to go put that in my total. So my part was 3 trips to the store times 12 apples each trip. And that gave me a total of 36 apples. Now, the bigger the numbers, are you going to seriously like draw out this really long strip diagram that has like 25 parts and you're going to put the number 79 in each part? No, you're not. But when you see visuals like this, you have to know the difference between adding and multiplying, okay? Multiplying is equal groups. Adding would be unequal groups. Okay, the next one, Mr. Callahan spent $26 on each of the ties he has worn the past 5 days. How much money did he spend on the ties he has worn this week? So how much did he spend? Okay, so let's talk about the part. How many days? How many days did he wear ties? How many days? Catherine, how many days? 5. So I'm going to take part of my strip diagram and I'm going to split it into 5 days. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each day he wore a tie that cost how much? $26. So for each day, the tie cost $26. How am I going to figure out the total amount of money he spent on these ties? Valley, what am I going to do?
You have to multiply 26 times.
What is 6 times 5, Briar? 30. I'm going to put a 0 down, carry my 3. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. So he spent $130 on ties. Okay, so the part was 5 days of ties at $26 a piece, and the whole was $130 spent. Okay, last one. Mr. Solis has bought crickets 4 times this month to feed his giant lizard. Each time he buys crickets, he buys 34 of them. How many did he buy this month? Okay, so how many times did he go to the store? How many times did he go to the store to buy crickets? How many times? Burgundy, how many times? He went 4 times. So I've got 4 times, and each time, what did he do? How many crickets did he buy each time? Valley, how many crickets did he buy each time? 34. What am I going to do to find the total of how many crickets he bought this month? William, what are we going to do?
You're going to multiply 34 times 4.
34 times 4. What is 4 times 4? What is 4 times 4? Easton. 16. Put a 6 down, carry your 1. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. So he bought 136 crickets. Okay, he bought 136 crickets. Okay, the part was 4 trips to the store, 34 crickets each. The whole was 136.